I've spent years and years and years doing my part against gravity. Years of learning through my elders and people in the fitness industry who inspire me. Counting calories, counting macros, accepting cardio, and picking up whatever I can to progress along my journey. I started when I was 12 or 13. I started taking it seriously at 18. It's 2023, and I'm turning 24 this year. Only in the past 2 years have I felt accomplished. I like what I see in the mirror. I feel strong in my lifts. My goal for this year is to finally get shredded. Each year, I end up slightly leaner than I was the year before. Following this pattern, my goal is to cross into shredded territory. Following the steps of Christian Guzman's Summer Shredding Series and Vitruvian Physique's Ascension Series, I will be documenting my journey to get the leanest I've been in my entire life. I followed both of these guys since I started. I'm not gonna come out on the other side looking as impressive as Christian or Igor, but I'd like to look the best I can. Welcome to a not yet named series. Not yet named because I don't like the name shredding. Vitruvian Physique took Ascension, and I don't really know what else on the table. Summer leaning, winter leaning, because it's technically winter, or it is winter. Shredding is also a bad name because in reality, I'm just cutting to get as lean as possible. A lot of people say that being shredded is 6% body fat, 8% body fat. Some even just say 13% body fat, which 13% body fat is really not shredded in my opinion. So since I was maybe like 16, I've been following these fitness influencers as I've gone through my bulking and cutting journeys to get stronger, to get leaner, to get more muscle on my frame, to keep me on track, to learn along the way, so Christian Guzman, he did it like every year. His physique seemed naturally attainable, something that I would honestly want to look like. Even though the physique that he had that I would want to look like is not something that he held for probably longer than like a week. His peak physique that he would hit when he would compete. And same thing with Igor, Vitruvian Physique. He is also someone who I would like to look like eventually one day. He has many years of training on me, probably higher quality training, and is a lot more consistent of an athlete than I am. Anyone else, even enhanced athletes like Brandon Harding or James English. James English specifically is someone who, if I could be someone tomorrow morning, like I wake up as someone with their physique, I think he's the same height as me and even the same age, but significantly more accomplished. And I think I followed some of Sawyer Klatt's journey, but for strength progression, which is also inspiring. Basically, following these athletes or fitness influencers, they're both in reality, has kept me on track to work towards my goals. And nowadays, unless someone is preparing for a show, I don't really have anyone to follow, I think. And that's because today's influencers and things are not really people who I'm inspired by or people that I follow. What's his name? Oh, Alex Eubank, people like that. Even David Lade during his prime, I wasn't really inspired by. I understood that they are like really aesthetic and probably the dream physique of a lot of people, but they're not people who inspire me. They're not people who I look up to. I would like to make something like that. This series won't really be as high of production or significant as the actual people who compete or, are more accomplished than I am. But it's just something I want to start out with and maybe do something more serious in the future. I would also like to progress my skills in things like videography and learn how to edit better in DaVinci Resolve because just last video started using DaVinci Resolve. I have moved from Adobe Premiere Pro, which I've been using for years. And I would also like to get more comfortable on camera and not by the talking head videos that I make, more plates, more dates videos, or even Greg Doucette, the talking head videos. I mean going out in public or just even at the gym and actually talking about things in front of the camera. I have a lot of documentation for years of me trying to record myself when I go on walks or my sets at the gym, and I feel embarrassed to record myself, which is dumb. I should really be more confident about recording myself because I'm just documenting my life. I'm minding my own business. I'm not hurting anybody. This series is also going to hold me accountable to continue progressing. It should take me roughly 3 months to resemble a body fat percentage that I'd want to be at and then hold before going into prep for a bodybuilding competition or a men's physique competition, and not recording myself. I've really gotten like, I've given myself a lot of leniency. I'll not do my steps, not do my cardio. I'll not be as strict on my diet, things like that. While I'm still not going to be 100% on my diet or my cardio, simply because I don't have to be right now, because I know myself well enough. Continuing to record myself for weeks and weeks and weeks will make sure that I'll cut for as long as I need to or want to, as opposed to throwing in the towel at like 8 weeks or when things really start to get difficult. Also through this, I want to document something new for myself. I've been lifting for years. I've been taking powerlifting seriously since I was 18. And over the past year, I've been getting more interested in weightlifting by watching like Zach Tellender, or Lou, obviously. But I don't want to learn that skill. I want to get shredded because I care more about vanity than functional strength. So this year, inspired by Alan Thrall, I think. Yes, Alan Thrall. This year, inspired by Alan Thrall, I'm picking up running. Also inspired by my brother. My brother is a long distance track athlete and also a long distance cross country athlete. He is turning 20 this year. And he is a very good runner. The past couple of years, he has not been progressing well because of injuries and things, but he's extremely good. He's extremely good, and it's inspired me to pick up running. I won't be able to run like him. He runs like 15 miles 5 times a week. I'm going to be hoping to hit like 9 miles a week max, while he runs 75 miles a week. But he'll be able to help me. I just want to progress in some other way because I'm not progressing in my lifts anymore and my physique is kind of stagnating. Of course, I could do other things to progress those, but I don't want to do them. And I would like to learn a new skill instead of continuing to hone my lifts because it's getting kind of boring. Running sounds really interesting. Don't really need to learn much for it. Just get some shoes and just get out there, get some programming in, learn how to coach yourself. It's a new skill. Sounds exciting. If you've been following me at all, which if you're watching this video, you would be someone who actually watches my content, I would like to move away from the content that I've been making to grow this channel. I went into YouTube last year, or 2 years ago, actually. It's been a year's time, but I started in 2021. I went into making videos knowing that I would have to make a certain type of videos to kind of start on my channel. So I wanted to buy some sort of turkesterone and document it. So I bought Greg Doucette's Turk Builder, documented it, and I'm just about to finally finish my videos covering turkesterone. I still have like 3 videos that I need to make on it, but the turkesterone documentation is really not something that I enjoyed. One, it's boring because I just do the same thing. I'm not being able to be creative with my videos. It's been bad for my mental health. I had to stop reading and responding to YouTube comments because, people are going to ridicule me for using turkesterone and ecdysterone, which I totally understand why they would ridicule me for that. It's not something that's proven. Plus, I'm wasting my money on this product. I call it wasting because in a reality, I would likely not be buying this stuff because I would want to wait for other people to test it, or for WADA or whatever federation certification, something needs to come out and say that this stuff actually works. Actual real world scientific human trials on if ecdysteroids actually work. Plus there's the whole Nootropics Depot thing where the testing of products has shown that there's no turkesterone in any turkesterone products. That's terrible. I didn't really want to be a initial bandwagoner for the ecdysteroid products, but I had to get my foot in the door for YouTube. I knew I had to do it because people aren't going to watch me doing mediocre stuff. It's really not the type of content I want to create. This stuff is closer to the type of content I want to create. This is just an introduction video. It's not going to be as high production as Christian Guzman's, which kind of almost rivals like early day Netflix style documentaries. It'll be more in line with Vitruvian's Physique's videos, but with less knowledge, because I'm not very nuanced in this sport as well as other people in the industry. If you actually want to learn knowledge, Omar Yusuf Vitruvian Physique, Alan Thrall, those people that have been around forever. They have a lot of knowledge that they just put out for free. They're fantastic. Even if you just follow like Greg Doucette and things like that, they're still great sources of information, knowledge that they give to you for free, or just as long as you're willing to put in the time to watch their videos. I do have some knowledge to offer, but I would not recommend myself as someone to look up to. I'm just going to be documenting my progress, show that it's actually easier than you think it is to diet down and lean out a bit, and pick up something that I'm completely unfamiliar with, running. So yeah, after this, I still have some other videos that I need to make. I need to make 3 more Turkesterone videos. I need to make 1 ecdysterone video and some pre-workout reviews. But content like this is stuff that I'm going to focus on. If you watch to the end of this, I appreciate that. It's very long-winded, just a lot of talking personal things. Yeah, so I'll see you guys all soon. I'll come out in 12 weeks looking a lot better than I do now. The next video of this series will be a lot more meat and potatoes, starting physique, training, the whole process, calories, cardio. That'll be the next video. So see you guys all soon. Have a great day or night. I appreciate all of you. Tschüss.